Buenos dias, chicas, and welcome to Salento. Coffee town, World Heritage Site, town of colourful buildings, and home to the world famous waxy palm tree, 60 metres height. We're in the Cocora Valley, exploring, getting amongst it, a little bit of nature, a little bit of hiking, a little bit of viewpoints. We are in a cloud rainforest. The visibility, as you can see behind me, is a little bit limited, but if anyone's been to a rainforest, you know, 1 minute it's like this, next minute it's beautiful views. We're going to be getting the drone up in the sky. Cocora Valley is named after a local princess, which means star of water. It's located in the Andean Mountains. It's about 1,900 meters in altitude, and there's 3 different options and what you can do, and we're going to be walking you through all of them right about now. If you enjoy what you see, if you have any questions, bang it in the old comments. Whilst you're down there, hit that subscribe button. Still en route to 3K subs. Let's get cooking, baby. Let's go! First things first is, of course, getting to the Cocora Valley and the start of the trail, or if you just want to go check out the old palm trees, go to the main square in Salento, Bolivia Square. There's a little ticket booth, super easy to find. Yeah, you literally cannot miss it. It's 5,000 pesos each way per person, so it's about £1.25 each way. You get piled onto a Jeep, like we were absolutely crammed in there. No leg room, there's people holding on the back, but all good fun. About 15-20 minutes to get to the start point, drops you off at a little car park, and you can't miss it. There's a blue gate, just go to the blue gate. There's loads of police actually, and loads of like people, like, I'd say like army people, officiating, making sure you know where you go. Super quiet. We've seen about 10 people thus far this morning, and then you go in. So to do the trail, the hike, there's 2 options. There's the brutal one up to about, I think it's about 3,500, 3,600 meters altitude. Not today, we've been doing far too many of those recently. That's 20,000 pesos to go and do that. If you want to do the hike that most people want to do, the 12-kilometer loop, that is 6,000 pesos per person. And then when you get towards the end, which hopefully we will do at some point, we're just walking, sauntering, getting a few of the old JPEGs in the system to go into like the actual bit where all the palm trees are. Hopefully it's not too cloud covered, will be an additional 20,000. And if you want to do the hummingbird part as well, that's another 20,000. So whatever it is, divide by 5, and that is usually roughly there or thereabouts on what it is in pounds. The walk itself, nice bit of grassland to start with, as you can see sort of behind me here, and then it just starts gradually creeping up. I don't think it's too much altitude change, maybe like 200-300 the whole way around. If you do the big hike, it's a 1.1 kilometers change in altitude, and a brutal one. It said 4 to 6 hours, so I mean, if you're following this channel, you're a bit of an athlete. You've got a bit of a VO2 max about you, probably about 4 hours. But yeah, the trail thus far, got M in front here, sponsored by Nike today, new top. But yeah, just climbing up through here. And then the bit that we've just come through before, all like the grasslands, you've got all like the palm trees on one side up the left of the valley. They're pretty bloody big. We're looking for the big dog himself, the 60-footer. You reckon we'll find it, Em?
I mean, there's loads of them, but yeah, we're looking for the big guy. But it's so scenic. I just said, I think this is my favourite day in a long time. Like, it's so nice.
Yeah, love to see it. We'll see what Em's saying after all this hiking and building up. But yeah, good little start. See where we get to. If you thought you were going a nice, gentle, undulating walk, think again. This was described as the easier one, or the easy walk, not the easier one, because it might be easier than the one up the mountain, but it's still bloody difficult. So you go grassland, and then you start going in to the dense jungle. Super flare, the mix of vegetation, the mix of geology, the mix of geography, beautiful viewing throughout. There's some other calves, some other cows knocking about, and there's loads of little signs for different animal, different wildlife in the area. You cross 5 bridges going obviously across the river. They are super rickety, only go one at a time. Nearly took the king out going 2 on the same one, but again, adds to the adventure. One of my good friends, Mr. Alex Beaumont, said to me before you come here, it's very much like Jurassic Park, the landscape, and you know what, I'm definitely getting those vibes. We're just coming to the end of the walk now. It is ridiculously misty, as you can see, because obviously we're in a little cloud rainforest. But yeah, cross 5 bridges, you come to a sign. If you want to do the shorter version of the walk, which is still 12 kilometers, you take a left there. We got tricked into the 1 kilometre extra, go up, see the hummingbirds at the Hummingbird Conservation Sanctuary. It's not, it's just like a cafe up the top of a mountain that have basically just put some pools of water and some hummingbirds come there. The walk itself up there is all uphill on the way up there, pretty technical, so it's probably going to take you about 20 minutes to walk 1 kilometre, and then on the way down it was super wet because obviously it's been raining. But the hummingbirds themselves, lovely bit of kit, flying about. You can stand a couple metres from them, get a few JPEGs, get a few MP4 files. Every time I try to get a little bit closer for the viewing for you guys. Excuse me, they flew away. So yeah, beautiful little spot. Would I go up there? Got a coffee. You basically get a free, it's 20,000, which is about £4. And you get like a free drink, like a hot chocolate or a coffee. I didn't get a drink, so I was like, didn't want to risk it, didn't know what we're dealing with. Got a coffee, obviously no leche, no milk. It was absolute rocket fuel. So fueled her up for the second half, and then on the way back, it's a brutal incline. Like the guy when we're coming into the park, like exactly like a army ranger or soldier, he's like, oh, the easy hike or the hard one. Didn't give us any warning of this. You know me, love my adventure, love my my brutal hikes, but it was like 20-25 minutes of just absolute pounding uphill. Because it's been raining, the floor is super slippy, so yeah, we had to be a bit careful. And you get to the top, nice little dog just patrolling this lovely little house, and then you have what I would imagine when there's a bit of visibility, a beautiful views all over the landscape and stuff. But yeah, we're just walking, sauntering, flying down the old mountain now. It is very misty. As you can see, one of the things I saw on the side, I didn't tell Em till after, well, just about 5 minutes ago, is that there's a massive sign for, Em was like, oh, I can see like footprints on the floor, like quite big paw prints, to be fair. And yeah, it was from pumas in the area. So that is pretty loose, but you know what I mean? You take in all that brutal hiking uphill, you're battling, it's burning the calves, the quads, and you're rewarded with beautiful views. Like this behind us. Do you know what I mean? We take the rough with the smooth. Hopefully, as we're like kind of just gradually coming down the mountain now, we'll get a little bit better visibility, but it's raining all afternoon. But when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, or you make a little lager top. Best lager on the market. But yeah, any questions thus far, bang it in the old comments. Adventuring, exploring, getting out into the old wilderness. I think I say this every single video when it's like this, where I love city stuff. Do you know what I mean? The convenience, the ease of getting around, more food options, all that sort of good stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like having a couple of beer worries. But as soon as you just get out into a bit of nature, into the wilderness, it's just what life is all about. So yeah, see you in the next clip, baby. Let's get it. The king with the goods.
Tic Tacs, citrus mix.
Oh, dearie me. Like the Battle of Helm's Deep, when we thought all hope was lost, we came out, saw a little viewing platform, and to be honest, it was about 6 metre visibility. We got a few JPEGs. If you want to see what they look like, check them out on the old Instagram, Gareth Wright 2. And then we started walking, meandering down the mountain, thinking the day's over, the day's ruined, because we can't see any palm trees, or the ones we can see. It's just absolutely terrible visibility, terrible viewing. But as you come down from like the higher altitude, and you come like walking down the valley itself, that is when the cloud lifts and you're treated with absolute unbelievable views. So we'll just have a little show and tell now. You've got a lovely little cafe, lovely little coffee spot here. So depending on which way you go, depends on which side of obviously everything comes at. If you just want like the more Instagram, say you've been here, done it, get it ticked off, then you want to take not the blue route, go the opposite way. I think it's like the left-hand gate. If you want to do the hike like me and Em did, get that done first and then get all your photos and chill towards the end. Then you want to do the blue gate first. And then yeah, like I say, so if you don't want to hike, if you want the easiest route, yeah, do not go through the blue gate. But yeah, this is what you're rewarded with. Lovely little coffee shop. It is very similar to a lot of the places you see like Vietnam. It's like, do you see it right at the top of the hill now? where it's got the hand, so it looks like you're dangling off the side of a mountain, but all the cloud cover, all the mist is obviously high up in the trees. And then when you're in the valley, again, beautiful viewing. And this is where the magic happens. This is where the JPEGs are. Obviously, with all the rain, you've got beautiful vegetation, like super, super green, super bouncy underfoot. Don't be putting the JPEGs on the old OF, but yeah, ridiculous viewing. We thought the day was over, and yeah, it's a lovely little spot. For me, I think the hike's been absolutely spot on, but we'll see what the king thinks about that as well. And then yeah, you can get yourself here. I found myself in Cocora Valley, got the Eagle, you've got the car with the JPEGs. I've nearly just gone straight through the roof of that after doing the intro. And yeah, the Colombia flag as well. Serious viewing. We've got the king on the netting bed up at the top, reminiscing of a time in Colombia. Colombia or Albania? Pleasure. To finish off the day, we have the fan favourite, the most highly requested member of the team on the channel. Review on the day, what are your overall thoughts?
I've loved it. It's been my most favourite day in a very long time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Talk me through. What's the highlight?
Do you know what it is? I think it's because we've been so used to like trekking, but it's been like 30 degrees. So like for once, it's actually been a bit cooler. And just the scenery and stuff. I know like right now, or about an hour or so ago, it wasn't like the greatest, but like it's just so scenic. Like Jurassic Park, and I don't know, it's just like flower. Yeah, I've just loved it. Loved it.
There you go. It gets the thumbs up from the king. Yeah, for me, it's got a bit of something for everyone. If you just want the Instagram photos, you just want to come and tick it off, you can do that. If you want to do a medium hike like me and Em did, 14 kilometres, if you are going to do that, sack off the hummingbirds. That's an absolute waste of time and waste of money. £4 each, absolutely stealing a living up there. And then if you want a serious hike, you can do the top one. But for me, I think this is a bit of versatility. It gives you a little bit of both. We're going to be heading back in to Salento right about now, and we're going to an unbelievable little restaurant. We've actually been there twice, and we've only been in Salento not even 24 hours yet. No. And we're going back for the third time. The woman loves us. The food's banging. You know what? I'm actually going to overlay right about now what we have for dinner. What do you reckon you're going to get, Em?
Steak and rice.
Right, okay. In the comments, let me know how illegal is that order. Steak, unreal, rice, terrible. But we will be back tomorrow. A little bit of coffee tasting, exploring Salento, viewpoints, maybe a couple of little beer waris in the system. If you enjoy what you see, if you have any questions, bang it in the comments whilst you're down there. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, the chef is always cooking. Let's get it.